guys, Lisa Marie. Welcome to my show, Tee Up with Lisa Marie. I'm here in Cypress, Texas at Black Horse Golf Club, and I'm here with Speed Golf founder Scott Dawley. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. You started Speed Golf USA. Is that how you say it?
I did. I started Speed Golf USA, which is the National Association for the sport. Started it in early 2016, and that was about 3 years after I started playing speed golf.
Tell us exactly what speed golf is for those who've never heard of it before.
Right, that's a great question. So speed golf is about 40 years old in terms of the first time that somebody went out and they decided they were going to try to play golf as fast as possible and actually keep the amount of time as well as the golf score. And then what they decided to do at that point was add the golf score to the time to come up with a new score called a speed golf score. I've been playing golf my whole life. In fact, my big dream was being on the PGA Tour, and that didn't happen. I tried a few times, but how I got into speed golf was I was starting to train in my early 30s to go back out and try and play on the PGA Tour. I was out running. I'd never been a runner, and I started running. I started losing weight, started feeling great, and then I found out about speed golf, and I thought, wow, golf, my lifelong passion, running, something that I'm getting into together in one sport. This is amazing. I was at the office job, and I decided, you know what, I want to make a change, and that's really when I started eating better. I started getting into shape, and I made that decision. You know what, I'm going to step out of this life, of this office job, and I'm going to pursue my dream. I have one life to live. And so while the PGA Tour didn't work out, I discovered speed golf, and I've been able to apply a lot of the entrepreneurial skills that I learned at that office job to now bring that into speed golf and help to grow this sport from the grassroots all the way up to the professional level.
What was your training method behind all of that?
Right, yeah, so when I started working out, I was almost 200 pounds, which for me is about 35 pounds overweight. I read a couple books and got inspired by a few people and their biographies. One guy's name is Rich Roll. He wrote a book called Finding Ultra, which really inspired me to eat better. And as I started to eat better and get rid of those bad foods, then I had more energy and I had to get it out. And that's why I started running. And then I started running and I realized, wow, this is a great time for me to get away for 30 minutes and enjoy running. I have 3 kids at home, and so to get that little break from life a little bit just felt really good. It felt really freeing. And the more I ran, the better I felt. And I ended up losing about 35 pounds. And I just felt like I could run forever. And along the way, while I was at the office, I found, I was online one day and I saw a banner ad online for speed golf, the Speed Golf World Championships. And I thought, what is this? And I looked it up. And I immediately knew I'm going to have to try this.
So it sounds like you found a lot of benefits with speed golf.
In my position, in my early 30s with a young family, the most obvious thing is you run out of time to play a 4.5-hour round of golf. And it's a whole day ordeal. And you really, people in my position, young professional men and women with young families, they run out of time to play golf. But here I was now getting up early in the morning, heading out to the golf course before anybody else got there, jogging for a few miles, playing really good golf actually, which was surprising. That's another benefit of speed golf. And then going home, showering, waking the kids up, taking them to school, and going on with my workday. I was able to fit it all in. So that was one of the main benefits, was I still get to play golf this way. You can play really, really fast. The fastest speed golfers in the world run around the golf course. That's 4.5 to 5 miles, and they do it in 40 to 45 minutes. And then you have your typical 4.5-hour round of golf, but you also have everything in between. And that's really what speed golf is starting to explore for people. One of the things that runners, often complain about is how it can be boring. You're running around the same track, or you're running around your neighborhood, and you have nothing else to do. That's why sports like speed golf and other sports like soccer, you get out there and you're kicking a ball or you're hitting a ball, and you forget that you're getting exercise. You're just having fun. Going out there and playing a sport. And so that's another really great benefit of it right there.
I love that you brought it to the USA. So what do you say that I give it a shot today?
Let's do it.
How much am I going to hate you after this?
You're going to love me after this.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Scott, for coming out on this show. I really appreciate it. And here's the clips of me training for speed golf.
All right, Lisa, so what we're gonna do here is grab, say, your pitching wedge or something like that, and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna hit shots for 60 seconds without going through your full routine. All right, we're gonna get a little rhythm going where you're behind the ball and then you step up, you don't take more than 1 or 2 seconds, you hit your shot, pull another ball, and start that whole process over. What surprises people is not the bad shots. They expect the bad shots in speed golf. What surprises them is the high quality shots that they do hit. See, that's 2 in a row right there. But what's happening now is you're starting to get into a rhythm. I can see it. Something's clicked. All right, it's not so quick anymore. It's starting to slow down and become rhythmic. Is your heart rate elevated? Yes. You're doing fantastic for the situation you're in here. It's bright. Very nice. Okay, good. This was a fun little drill on the driving range. I say now, let's go out to the golf course and do a real challenge.
Do it.
All right.
Scott, tell me about the clubs that you bring with you on the course whenever you play speed golf, because in a bag you typically have about 14 clubs, and it looks like you have how many here?
The maximum in golf, by the rules of golf, is 14. When you're out playing speed golf and you're running around, you'll find out pretty quickly you can't really run or jog with 14 clubs. It's too crazy, so you have to take less, especially because, like you're asking, how do you score speed golf? How does that work? Well, it's real simple. You just add the number of strokes, like in regular golf, but you add it to the amount of time that it takes. So let me give you an example. If you go out and you shoot 80 and you do it in 60 minutes, then you just add those two numbers together and your speed golf score is 140. So in order to do that, you can't take 14 clubs because it would slow you down, most people that are playing speed golf. So you have to take fewer clubs. So now you're getting more strategy that's involved in the game. I can't take 14 clubs that have a 5-yard discrepancy between each one. I got to figure out what do I want to hit off the tee and what are the few clubs that I want in the fairway that I can use. And I might have to grip down a little bit on a shot sometimes because I only have an 8-iron. I may have to try to hit a big hook if I've got to hit it further than the club goes. You just find yourself having to hit different shots and be creative. It's so much fun. Me personally, I take 6 clubs. So I've got a driver, I've got a hybrid. These are kind of my 2 clubs off the tee box that I'll use. And then I have an 8-iron and a 6-iron for out in the fairway and for par 3s. And then I have a 52-degree wedge and a putter, and I use that around the green anywhere from about 125 yards in. We just talked about how you don't have to go out and buy 14 clubs. You can head down to your local store, buy 5 or 6 clubs. You know that you don't have to be custom fitted because of the way that the nature of this sport is you're having to be creative. Grip down, grip up, hit it left, hit it right, or whatever. So for newer players, what's great is you also don't have to go buy a $200 golf bag that's really, really big. So you have several different options. In fact, the first option is just not having a bag at all. In speed golf, you can carry a couple clubs in one hand. You can carry a couple clubs in another hand. 4 clubs is plenty, 4 or 5 clubs, so you can just do that. And then we have, this is actually a speed golf specific bag. It was built with a stand on it so that it's very, very, very lightweight. It's been designed to be lightweight.
Can I try it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just you can hold it right here. You can see there's there's like a.
Oh yeah, it's super lightweight.
It's
I can even
lightweight.
do this. See?
Right. Yeah. And then you can put it over your shoulder too. That's why it has a shoulder strap.
Okay.
A lot of people, they hit the shot and they put it over their shoulder and they run with it that way. And then about a year and a half ago, we discovered this really great product that's called the Silo, and it's a club carrier, and it's made by Rival and Revel, and it fits 6 clubs. It's lightweight. It weighs less than half a pound. So it's real simple. The clubs slip in and slip out real easy. They have these slits designed. So as you're running up to your shot, you just pick the club that you think you're going to need to hit, and you pull it out, and you lay that on the ground. When you're done hitting, you pick it back up, and as you're running, you can actually just put it right back in there. It's very, very easy, and it won't fall out. It's very sturdy.
He's like a bartender with his golf clubs.
Right, and the other thing is when you run with a bag, you have to lock your shoulder. Runners will know what I'm talking about, but when you have to lock your shoulder and run, it's an unnatural movement. It starts hurting your shoulder after a while. But some people like the bag. But with this silo option, you actually get to maintain your running form while you're running, while you're playing speed golf. So that's a benefit there. And obviously, if you're not holding a silo and you're just carrying clubs, it's the same thing. So runners will like that, not having a bag. In fact, most of the speed golfers who have come from a running background don't use a bag. If you're going to go to your local golf store, you're interested in buying some clubs, just buy the evens. That's a great idea. Or buy the odds. There you go. So
that's a great tip.
Now you're spacing it out evenly. And if you have a 6, an 8, and a 4, then you can decide which, depending on the golf course you're going to play or what day it is or what time of the year it is, you can choose to fit one in and take one out or whatever. But that's usually a great option. Now you're buying half a set. You're saving, half the money that you would normally have to spend to go play golf. It's great.
Will you demonstrate exactly what we're going to do and challenge me out here on the course?
Yeah, absolutely I will. We're going to do a little 100-yard dash. So we're going to hit the ball and run up to the green and see how quickly we can get the ball in the hole, and we'll be timing that.
You're about to see me out of breath is what he's saying.
Right, you're about to have a blast. Here we go. I'm sick of talking. Let's go run.
You hear that? We're done talking, y'all. You're about to see some physical activity and me dying. No, I'm just kidding. See, I'm in great shape. See that?
Let's
Feel.
go. I know
Feel
you're in
it.
great shape. Wait a second. Whoa!
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Guys, you see how winded I am right now and how windblown my hair looks, but how much fun did I just have out there on the golf course? I mean, that was amazing. I never knew the definition of speed golf until I saw this one, Book It, and wow, what a workout. But you know what? That's probably one of the most fun workouts I've ever had, and I got to do what I'm most passionate about at the same time. Scott, thank you so much for doing this with me. It's amazing what you're doing and how you're growing the game, and I just feel so honored to even have you here today.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me, and you basically just said it all right there. I mean, I've introduced hundreds of people to the game of speed golf, and 99% of them have the same reaction as you. They love it. They have so much fun. They didn't realize they could have that much fun on the golf course. Yeah, there's fitness involved, but the excitement level and the exhilaration is there. You can really feel it, right?
Absolutely. And you guys, this is what my show is all about. Tee Up with Lisa Marie is showing the different lifestyle what golf has to offer. There's so many aspects to it and so many different ways to live it. And I hope you guys tune in next week. Thanks for tuning in. And Scott, thanks for being here. Guys, see you next week. Bye.